So one of my New Year's resolutions is to be more organized and be more scheduled and really be on top of my life in 2025. And usually I will just rely on memory for things to remember, or maybe if I'm lucky, I'll put them in my Google Calendar. But for some reason, for this upcoming year, I really wanted a calendar, like a wall calendar. And I was scrolling on TikTok, doom scrolling as per usual, and I came across this TikTok of this girl making like a scrapbook wall calendar, and I was so intrigued by that. I watched the whole thing like 10 times over and was like, this is perfect. I really want to do something crafty. I really want a calendar. This is like a great merger of the two. So not only do I want to use this calendar to plan out like the bigger events that I'm going to, I also want to write down like little memories and stuff on each day, or whenever I have little memories to write down, because I think it'll be fun to have it as kind of like a recollection of the whole year instead of just like, oh, I had this particular like birthday party on this day that I went to. And I think that's going to be really fun to recount 2025 as the year goes on, because, oh, it's okay. Because realistically, life is made out of all of those small little memories put together and not so much just the big memories. So the vision was, I got this big blank scrapbooking calendar off of Amazon. I guess this is, yes! Okay. I guess this is a somewhat popular craft because there's a lot of listings for blank calendars, but I settled on a 1-pack, which, side note, has lots and lots of room to even do 2026 whenever that comes around. But I settled on that and some monthly stickers. And then the goal after that was to grab some magazines. So I headed off to the thrift store to grab a few magazines for my scrapbook. All right. Okay, so I'm currently sitting in the parking lot. I'm on my way to the gym, but I figure I would stop by the thrift store today because I want to see what type of magazines they have there. I did get some stickers from Amazon, which are like monthly stickers, but I really want to make it like scrapbooky. So I'm here at the thrift store before I head on off because it's on the way. I love that for me. And I'm going to see what they have inside. I've never been to this thrift store before. It's new. So I don't know what they have in there. So we're going to find out together for the first time. But this is a really cool thrift store because a portion of the proceeds go to animal shelters, which is really cool. I love that concept. I love animals. I love animals. So let's go inside and see what we can find. There wasn't much in this thrift store, but they did have this really cool craft section in the back with a bunch of yarn, which I definitely checked out, but didn't have anything that I wanted. And there were no magazines in this thrift store, just a lot of hardcover books and some really cool books, including one of those big books, which was like a crafting book, which had a bunch of crafts in it. I also found this like old people yoga book from the 80s. It was really cool, but I couldn't find what I needed. So I headed to Value Village across the street and I found this Disney Wii Sing It game. I had to record it because I used to play this game all the time on my Wii, but they had a large magazine section. But it was like more or less all of the same magazines, but I did end up grabbing 3 and then 2 magazines for myself, which were these knit and crochet magazines with a bunch of free patterns in them. They were only like $1.99 and they're so cool. I'm definitely going to make some stuff from these magazines. When I got back home, I was so excited. I started making the scrapbook and obviously starting with January. All right, it's a bit later in the day and I'm finally sitting down at my desk to get started on my scrapbook calendar. So I ended up going to Value Village and I found a bunch of magazines there. To my surprise, there was like a bunch of magazines about knitting and crochet. So I picked up 2 just for myself because they're filled with like really good patterns. This one is a Vogue knitting magazine from summer of 2005. And there's a pattern for every single piece that's displayed in this magazine, which this is just side note, but so cool. Look at that. I want to make this one. And then I also got this just for myself. It's called Knit and Style. It's also a magazine from 2008 that's just filled with patterns. For example, these 2 sweaters really caught my eye. And, you know, free patterns for them in there. So that's just for myself. But I did pick up 3 magazines for the scrapbook. I was trying to find ones with like lots of photos in them. So I got this Good Housekeeping. Like lots of pictures and typography is what I was looking for. One Bon Appetit. I guess somebody had a Bon Appetit subscription because there was a ton of Bon Appetit. And then Better Homes and Garden. I also got this sticker pack from Amazon, which is like holiday stickers for every single month. This was only like $6, so I'm going to add those. I bought some double-sided tape. And lastly, my blank calendar from Amazon, which is, this is a 12 by 12, I believe. Ta-da! Completely blank calendar with just a blank part at the top. I also have some paint pens that I'm gonna use, so let's get started. I have a vision, kind of, for every single month, so we'll find out together what that is and how that will turn out. And my vision for January was very like wintry, and at this point I was feeling super motivated. I'm laughing because I know that as I went on, the motivation kind of died a little bit, because in my head, I thought this was going to be like a very, very quick craft. Maybe I could do in like a few hours, but in reality, it took me a few days to complete. Hi everyone, it's the next day of making the calendar. So this was the February spread. I think I showed it before, and I'm just gonna continue on. My goal is to do 2 more months tonight, so March and April, and that is getting into the spring months. So for March, I think I'm going to do a like green flowers, maybe like green and blue. April, showers, spring, May. Oh, May is not even included in this. Okay, I'm going to do like a greenish slash bluish color scheme, and then April, I think more colorful. I'm thinking like Tulip Festival in April, because we have the Skagit County Tulip Festival here every year in April. So that is what my vision is for March, April. And if I make it to May, I'm thinking like early summer activities, okay? Like very pretty spring, early summer. So that is the goal for now. I'm going to get started working on March. And yes, green and blue. Green and blue will be the inspiration slash theme for the spread. So let's get to it. So I did like January, February. It was really good. And as soon as I got to March, I was like, I am going to run out of stuff in these magazines. Like I was flipping through the same pages over and over and wasn't really getting any new inspiration from that. And I think in the future, when I do this, hopefully for 2026, which is my plan right now, I will get even more magazines to pick from, because 3 was definitely not enough. And so after work, I would work on the calendar for like a few hours. I think I would only get 1 or 2 months done. And at some point I was like, okay, really need to like crack down and get working. And that is when the calendar started to become like a little sparse, and I filled in the spots with like pictures, or not pictures, the stickers and a few little drawings that I had. Okay, we're officially on the September month of the calendar, and we've run into a little issue. The issue is I only bought 3 magazines, and I've totally like, I've gone through. There's like nothing left, and also there's nothing for like the fall type of months. So that's the issue. I don't think I can do the scrapbook vibe anymore, but I don't want to give up. And I don't really want to buy more magazines, because I don't want any more. So my plan is just to use my paint pens, which I have here, and just like find little doodles on Pinterest and copy them and just draw them onto the sheet instead of doing scrapbooking. It's going to look different than what the vibe was from before, but I feel like that is the best option moving forward, just because I don't want to go out and spend more on some magazines. And I think I've exhausted everything I can out of these poor 3 magazines. And honestly, I scoured for magazines, and these were the only good ones. So there's no more of that, and I can't do anything about it. So now I'm just gonna, watch some videos and then just get to doodling. I'm not planning for this to be like perfect in any way. It's going to be very much a doodle. So that's what we're gonna do September through December. So I ended up hand doodling September, October, November, December, and admittedly, it doesn't look super great, but at least I got it done, and I was pretty happy, because for some reason I was starting to get a little bit burnt out from the craft. I think in the future I would do this like 1 month at a time. Like every time it would be a new month, I think it would be fun to scrapbook it for that month instead of doing all 12 months at the same time like I did here. So that's what I'm gonna do next year. But for these purposes, it was fun to doodle. I'm not a good artist, so it's not like the doodles came out super pretty. It kind of looks like a middle or high school art project. All right, so here it is hung up on the wall, and it is very late, and I just finished making it. You can see like the magazine spreads. And then when I get down to where I ran out of magazine stuff, it's very much like drawing, just little doodles and stuff. I'll give a full tour tomorrow when it's, in the day and I have a little bit more energy. But it kind of looks like a high schooler's art project at the end. Yeah, I'm not the best artist, like by any means. I cannot draw to save my life, but I tried my best to copy some doodles that I found on Pinterest. But yes, a full tour I will give tomorrow, but I'm so happy it's finally done. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow morning, but for you all, just will be a few seconds. So see you then. So that was the spread of my entire calendar. I'm going to give you like a close-up shot of each month and kind of give my inspiration for it. So up first is January. Don't mind stuff there because I had already written stuff. But January, again, like I said previously, I wanted to do like a winter type of vibe. Everything is like bluey for the most part. Some of this stuff doesn't really make sense, like Instant Calm, How to Tame Anxiety. That doesn't really have anything to do with winter. I guess unless you're like me and you get seasonal depression. Or dousing yourself with cold water. I would never do that. I've tried that once and it was horror. But this is my January spread. Moving on to February. I wanted it to be like Valentine's themed and pink and red and very cute. I just tried to pull things that were the same color scheme and then like hearts. Some of these are from like heart disease ads, okay? That is what I had for hearts. But the cherries fit nicely in this little like quote up here. It's a way of life, a way to stay connected. We need real connections with people and human affection. That's from a Mary Kay makeup ad, okay? Moving on to March. March, I wanted it to be like green theme for St. Patrick's Day. And as I was going through the magazine pages, all of the green stuff is food. It's all vegetables. So this is basically like my vegetable spread. And the Keebler elf, he was hand piping like some whipped cream, but the way I cut it looks kind of sussy. So take that as you will. But the rest is like very veggie themed. Cook and savor, spring's coolest shade, for the love of leaves, like everything is like leafy and green. I do like it though. I do like it. Moving on to April. This is kind of like the beginning of spring in my mind because in Seattle, spring starts actually probably in May, but you know what? I chose April. And I was trying to go for like a purple theme and then I kind of ran out of purple stuff to get. So then I just went for spring vibes, which is why you have like this bowl of fruit and then this like gardenscape over here. May is also spring vibes and I have no idea what I was doing for this spread. There was no vision. It was just spring. Yeah, leaves, cabbage, avocado. It says better. I wrote almost summer in this very bad handwriting because I was trying to fill space, but still looks good. It's fine. June, my birthday month. I wanted it to be very, very summery, so I took all of the summer-esque things that called out to me. It says, we love summer, and then when you really respect the seasons, it works all by itself. That's from like a gardening ad. And then one of my stickers said summer bucket list, so I wrote some stuff down there like hike more, go swimming, and river tubing. I love river tubing. I've gone the last 2 years, and it's really, really fun, and only like $30, and it's like a whole day activity. So that is June. And this is what I was mentioning earlier, like summer spans out for a few months, so I didn't really know what to put for some of the other spreads. But July was more focused on like food and peaches and 4th of July. And I think this is just a really fun spread. My hope is to like take Polaroid pictures also of each month and then just like paste them on the calendar. I think that would be fun. August, again, is summer vibes with a stripper peach. Stripper peach, popsicles, pool. It gets really hot in August. So that is what I was going for. Oh, and bikes, because we do bike a lot, my boyfriend and I. And then the next few months is when I started to doodle. And like I said before, please don't judge my drawings. I'm not a good artiste. I did my best, okay? This is September. It looks so bad, but it also is kind of like whimsical, like kitty. Yeah, that's fine. I tried to give fall vibes, so I put like mushrooms, the sunflower, apples, coffee, leaves, scarves, and then I was running out of things to put, so red wine, and then I filled the rest with the stickers from the sticker book I got. Then we have October, which is Halloween themed. I made my centerpiece this froggy witch. In my mind, she's Elphaba. And then this little candy corn guy, this little ghosty up here, spider, and just very cute sticker Halloween vibes. Take a shot every time I've said vibes. It's a lot. November, I tried to make Thanksgiving themed, and this spread I actually hate. I do not like this November one at all, but it's okay. I wrote gobble me, swallow me with the turkey. And then I have like a corn and then just all of the Thanksgiving stickers that came with my pack. There was a lot of Thanksgiving stickers. So I used those up. And then December is Christmas theme. It says Merry and Bright with a large Christmas tree and just some doodles as well. It's fine. I think it'll look cute once I put like the Polaroid pictures with them. So that is my plan. So that is my completed scrapbook calendar. I really enjoyed this craft actually, and I want to do it next year, but I just want to do it month by month and spread it out. If you were ever interested in doing a craft like this, I would highly recommend. You can go to the thrift store like I did and grab some cheap magazines, grab more than 3, learn from me. I would say at least 5. I do feel like I scoured for magazines and I can only find 3 good ones, but yes, get at least 5. And then maybe do it month by month, or you could do it little by little whenever you have inspiration. But I think this is super fun to hang on the wall and you could be like, I made that. That was my craft. That's what I want ideally to fill my home with. It's just like things that I made. I think that would be so cool. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what I should try to make next time, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!